I guess, some positives to take from yesterday, but all in all, it's it carries on the negative feeling at Spurs because we just can't get another win. And the second half just highlighted for me that Frank just ain't the guy, to be honest. And when you're looking at the stats, haven't scored from open play in 10 hours of football. 10 hours of football. That's 6 games. You haven't scored in open play since the first half against Brentford at home.
Wow.
So...
And even that goal was Xavi had to run half the pitch to score, you know what I mean? It wasn't exactly like a team goal or something.
Yeah, we scored 2 from open play that day, didn't we?
We scored 2 from open play. Yeah, first one was a good team goal.
Yeah, because Porro gets it down the line, Xavi gets it in, and it was great. But look, since then we haven't scored from open play, which is nowhere near good enough. It is shocking, to be honest, really shocking. And I, for one, who was a big backer of Thomas Frank, who I don't know why I like repeating, but I keep repeating it. And now I'm just so like, if he was sacked tonight, I wouldn't care. If we give it till the end of the season, I don't really care either. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. It is what it is.
And the problem is all these clubs sacking managers at the moment. You've got United, you've got Chelsea. Apparently Slot, is Slot under pressure as well. We've got so many players, so many clubs, bigger clubs than us, above us, sacking their managers. It's interesting to see where that leaves us in terms of if we were to sack him, do we have to challenge them for a manager? That's been the main problem is who do we bring in if Frank was to go? I think there's, again, a lot of trepidation about the current available managers and the managers who, in the Premier League right now, who are gettable, whether it translates to Tottenham. But I, for one, am absolutely sick to death of this football. I'm sick to death of the way we're playing. I don't know how much more I could watch of it. I'm just so apathetic to it. We've actually, and because the league's so tight, there is still that, okay, if we win this game, we can get here, but, we keep letting go of these opportunities. Why? Of course we are, because we're not playing well. We're just not playing good football, and we're not playing well in games. But it's just more I can't even enjoy the goals that we do score. They're just horrible goals. It's like, I was thinking about it yesterday, it's like we scored that goal in Bilbao, and the football gods decided we will give you that win with a horrible goal in Bilbao in exchange for a whole season of horrible goals.
Would you take it?
What?
Would you change it?
Would I change it? No.
So shut up then.
So that's what we have to contend with, though. That's what I've got to contend with. Like,
if you wouldn't change it, then shut up then.
The goals we've scored, the last 2, we've scored, 2 goals in the last 5 games? Is it?
Yeah. 2
goals in the last 5 games. Those goals have been Gray's header, which had 3 touches in the box, and there was Ben Davis's goal from a corner, which was bundled home. That's all we can manage, all we can muster. And it's not even like we're playing like the hardest teams as well, like recently. It's like it's not even been that difficult a run. And we're losing 3-0 to Forest, who have lost 5 of their 6 games. The only one they've lost to is us. Their beat is us 3-0.
It's the history of the Tottenham, mate. How many times have we read out that stat with imprint the team's name there?
It is just...
Didn't we lose to Leicester last season and they had like 10 losses before and after? It was like ridiculous.
Something like that. It's just so difficult at the moment to kind of know what to want. I think everyone can agree, most people now can agree, Frank, the only reason to stick with him is because there's not a better option. There's actually no real reason to stick with him at this point in terms of what we're seeing and what he's offering. There's no real anything to look at and say, yeah, he's doing this well and, whatever. Although you would, if you're being frank, you'd maybe say defensively in the last few games we've been better, which is probably true. I'd have to agree with that. But I don't really care about that too much as that's a good thing. It's not why I watch football, to watch us keep clean sheets. I don't really care. We can keep all the clean sheets we want. If we're not able to open teams up and score goals and play good football, then that's what I care about more, unless we're winning every game, which we're not. Like, unless it's getting such good results that I'm just willing to go with it for, to get where we want to be or to do something special. unless we're doing that, I really don't care for this kind of football whatsoever. He's not getting anywhere near the best out of any of our forward players. Our forward players, people say, oh, the quality, it's the quality, look how bad our players are. I mean, just look at the pitch and watch the games. When Kudus gets the ball, he's literally got 3 players around him with no player within 20 yards. And what do you want him to do? So are we saying, every player has to be Messi in the forward line for this football to work? It's crazy to think it's just the players that are the reason why Frank is underperforming. Frank himself is playing into this by constantly bringing up, oh, we've got key attacking players missing. Oh, it's the players that it's the attacking players that are missing. That's why we're not able to click going forward. I'm sorry, that is just such a pathetic excuse. If he's using that excuse as a manager when he's had such expensive signings, internationals in his forward line, who I'm sure at Brentford he would kill to have. I'm sure he'd love to have those players at Brentford, right? So all of a sudden he's using these players as an excuse why we can't have to create chances and have shots on target. I'm sorry, it's a pathetic excuse. And look, to be fair to him,
some of the players you'd like to have at Brentford, I wouldn't about all of them.
I'm sure. Would he have signed Kudus at Brentford? Would he sign Xavi at Brentford? Would he sign Moani at Brentford? All of them, yes. All of them he would have signed at Brentford. Even if maybe not all to start, but I would argue he would. But he would have definitely had them. He would have jumped at the chance of signing them at Brentford. 100%.
What about Odegaard, Tell? And everyone else that we got in the forward line.
Odegaard and Tell, I'm sure he would have signed at Brentford as well.
I think Sade is better than both of them.
So he still would have signed them. He
would have signed them, but he wouldn't start them.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but
he's starting them at Spurs.
Okay, but he's still Sade's more output than them, but I'm sure he would have loved these players.
And Igor Thiago as well. He signed him for Brentford. Obviously, he was injured all of last season, but he planned to use him, and you can see what he's doing now. He's better than any of our strikers. Output.
Because of how we're playing, in my opinion. Anyway, my point being is he's got players there that are capable of creating chances, scoring goals, getting assists for other teams, yet they come to Tottenham and we're struggling to do that as a team. And I think that is down to the approach. It's not down to the quality of players. They're capable of so much more than what we're seeing at the moment.
I agree.
We haven't even touched the iceberg, the tip of the iceberg of what all these players are capable of. And he has to take responsibility for that instead of making excuses and saying it's because we have key players out. It's got nothing to do with that. It's got nothing to do with what got key players out. We've got key players out. That's probably why we're not one of the best attacking teams in the league. That's true. But why we're 17th for open play, expected goals and chances created, right? That has nothing to do with us having key players out. That is because of how we are set up and how he is utilising these players and how he's profiling these players. And I'm sick to death of him using these excuses. I really am. I'm done with them. I'm done with him trying to say that's the reason. At the beginning of the season, yeah. First of all, we knew these players were going to be out. But at the beginning of the season, he says, we're just building layers to the attack. We're just, first we lay the foundation of the defence, and then, bit by bit we build layers to the attack. So he's implying, there's a process here. Once we get this done, and once we start, going through the pitch or whatever, I don't know what he's even trying to say, but he's kind of implying there's a process to be done. Bit by bit, we're going to add layers to this attack. I'm going to start playing attacking football. We're now 6 months gone down there, right down the line of that, and now he's saying, it's because we have key players out. So at the beginning, we weren't laying foundations. Were we not building it a bit brick by brick? Was it not a process? From the beginning of the season, had he already accepted that we're going to be shit attacking for 6 months because we've got these players out, which he knew from pre-season they were going to be out? Is that what now we're believing?
Look, all you need to do is look up bloody Leeds. Would you take any of the Leeds forward line in our team?
No, absolutely not.
So how the hell are they creating more than us on a consistent basis, game by game?
Mm-hmm.
How? That's all you need to say. Like it's simple that he's not getting anywhere close to anywhere near the max levels of this forward line. So, and also defensively as well. Yeah, we've been a bit better in recent weeks, but the story of the season doesn't suggest that we've been unbelievable defensively. If he's been focusing on that a lot, so far in the first 6 months in the job, I think he's doing a horrible job as manager at this football club. But there's no end in sight. Where do we turn? That's the big problem here. I think if Levy was still at the football club, I think he would have been gone 2 months ago, but this is a whole new way of doing things. It looks like they're trying to put their faith in the man that they've appointed. So we're in this mess for a while now. I don't think there's any quick fix to it. You know, I don't think they're going to sack him anytime soon.
I agree.
And you're looking at it. We're told that we're supposed to be going big in this transfer window. How are we going to go big in this transfer window when it's such a mess at this football club? Is anyone going to join under Thomas Frank right now, seeing the way we're playing football? Probably not. Not of the quality that we need. Is anyone going to join if we sack him and we have no manager? So where do we go from here? Like, seriously, where do we go? We don't go anywhere. We're going to stay on this path, and they're just going to hope and pray it gets better from now to the end of the season so they can see something and keep him. Or if it stays the same, they sack him at the end of the season and hope for Pochettino or someone else to come in and take the realms. That's it.
Yeah, but that's fine. But at the end of the day, for me, there isn't going to be any saviours in January. We're not going to... There's no one coming in, swooping in to save the day. Again, we might get some signings, but it's not going to be game-changing signings. And I don't think in the forward line, he's going to get players who are much, much better than what we have. Maybe one if we're lucky, but I don't think it's going to be we're going to revolutionise our forward line in this window. So he has to make do with what he has, and he's got to get us playing a lot better than what he's doing, and he's got to trust them more. Why is it taking until 6 months to get a start on the left-hand side? Why is it taking until January? Why is he playing Bergvall on the left-hand side? Tell comes in one game. Look how much better we played, especially in our first 45 minutes. Look, against Brentford, he plays Paulinho, Bentancur, Gray together in midfield three. He changed it in this game. Look how much better it was. Look how much more intensity. And I know we didn't create too many more chances, but how much more the intent was there. And we looked much more like winning the game than we did. It looks like we even tried to win the game. The other games, it doesn't even look like it. But why is it taking this long to do that? And are we going to keep seeing that? Or because we didn't win this game, is he going to change it up again? There are so many things he could be doing with the current players that we have. And instead, he's kind of run Kudus into the ground. And now he's injured. Tell and Odegaard have pretty much, especially Tell, I would say, has wasted a lot of his time in these few months. Where he could have been playing regularly on that left-hand side, in my opinion. He had given a run of games. Why have we not given him a run of games on that left-hand side? I don't get it. Whenever he's played in recent weeks, he's looked bright. He's looked good. He scored against United. He came on against Slavia, looked quite good. He's actually looked decent when given a little time. Why has he not been getting more of a run? Wilson Odegaard was looking good, then had one bad game and was out for like the next 5 games in exchange for having Moani on the left wing. Like, he's every step of the way in this forward line, he's mismanaged it. And then he complains. And then he complains about not having top quality players. Well, you're not doing anywhere near with what you got. You've got some quality there. Use it. Get the best out of it instead of just complaining about the lack of quality in your forward line when you've got players that have played in the Champions League, played at European tournaments, played very well for other clubs, and now you're sitting here complaining about how rubbish they are. Everyone in the comments keeps telling me, "Oh, but you gave you let Ange off the hook." It was a different situation. I don't know how you can compare Archie Gray, Ben Davis, and Forster in your back line, right?
How long was that for?
A while, like 2-3 months.
Was it that long?
Yeah, Archie Gray played 19 games at centre back, pretty much.
Well, there's quite a few at right back and left back, no?
He barely played in the Premier League at right back, left back. He played a few in Europa League. He played 19 games in the Premier League, pretty much all of them at centre back. Yeah. Maybe a couple near the end at centre mid.
Yeah. Look, we're just in a mess. We're just in an absolute mess, and I don't see an end in sight. And that's the biggest problem. Like I keep saying, and I've said it over the last couple of weeks, there's nothing we can do right now apart from grin and bear it and pray that it gets better. But I just can't see it getting better. I think we're in this situation till, at the very minimum, the end of the season.
Fantastic.
So enjoy the ride, people.
That's a depressing thought.
That's where we're at.
I'll get Xavi in. Just do it. Just do something. I want to change. I do. I really want to change. I'm sick of it. Get Maresca, get Xavi, do something.
Look, I wouldn't be totally against it, but like I said before, I don't care if he's sacked tonight. I don't care if he keeps his job till the end of the season. I just don't care anymore, to be honest. And that's worrying coming from me. That is worrying. But
when the fan base gets like how we are now, we see ticket sales are down, that's going to start affecting them. And then when that starts happening, that's when Levy anyway would make a change.
Levy would have made a change months ago. This ticket sales thing is not a new thing that's just happened last week. This has been happening for months now. So Levy would have made a change a month ago at the very minimum. They've
got to do something to get everyone back watching Spurs again and caring about it, because everyone doesn't care at the moment.
Yeah,
everyone's sick to death of what's happening on the pitch, and we're just bored of it, and it's happening so often. So they have to kind of make a change, and there's still time to save the season if they were to make a change.
Yeah,
there's still time.
Yeah, there is still time. You know, the league is so congested and so compact, and if we don't pick up points from now until the end of January, then it becomes a real issue. Because not only will the league start to get less congested, but look at the games we got coming up in February. We've got Man City, Man United after Amrin. We've got Arsenal. We've got Newcastle as well. Like, we ain't winning any of those games in our current state. Mm-hmm. So these are the games where we need to pick up the points in. Yesterday was massive in terms of that. You know, we've got Bournemouth. Midweek, haven't won a game for God knows how long, 10 games I think it is. You know, that's a key game that we can pick up points in. After that, we got West Ham and Burnley, who both can't buy a win. You know, we need 6 points in those 2 games if we're going to have any ambitions of a European spot, or even just a top half spot in the Premier League. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And if we keep this inconsistent run over these next 3 or 4 games, we can kiss top half goodbye, I'm telling you. Because it will come to the end of February, we still haven't won a game, and then you're looking at March, April, May to save our season, and it'll probably be a little too late by then.
Well, we 2 wins in 11.
Yeah.
And those wins were Palace, which was unconvincing, and Brentford, which was convincing.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Brentford and Man City are probably the only 2 games which you can look at and being like, I was totally convinced with those games. And totally happy with those games. Not convinced, happy.
Well, according to Frank, we should have 8 more.
Yeah.
8 more to go in the second half of the season.
Oh, God. Well, that is the long-winded match review / Frank review.